This is the broadcast generic interview. Okay. Jack, where do we find Spider at the beginning of the film?
At the beginning of the film, he is at the Metcaina village, and it has just been Natam's funeral, and he and Kiri and the family are really trying to mentally recover and process the grief and everything that's happened.
Okay, next question. Bailey, where do we find Soraya at the beginning of the film?
We find Soraya at the beginning of Avatar Fire and Ash trying to console Lo'ak and really trying to be there and support him and support the Sully family as they are recovering from the loss of Natam.
Great, next question. Trinity, where do we find Took at the beginning of the film?
At the beginning of Avatar Fire and Ash, Took is really figuring out how to process her grief with her family. She's seeing each of her family members and the people that she cares about, like her chosen family, Soraya, all deal with this in a very different way. And she herself doesn't really know how to process it because it's her first time dealing with death and departure. And just as she thinks she can just take a breath, she is launched into things getting more and more complicated all over again. And she's just trying to keep the family motto going. But it somehow feels like the Sullys just can't stick together, but they won't ever quit.
Great, next question. What was the hardest physical skill for you to master when filming? Let's start with Bailey and go down the line.
The hardest physical skill for me to master when filming was freediving. I barely knew how to swim when starting the Avatar training, and I quickly learned, but I definitely dreaded that training. We had dialect training, archery, parkour, gym sessions, but freediving was definitely difficult, but I overcame it, and I'm very proud of myself.
Sorry, yeah, for me. I think the hardest skill was probably either the scuba and the full face mask, which was a very cool piece of technology that they made for the film, or just the parkour, because the free running, the amount of running Spider does in this film is insane, and the amount of vines he sweeps through and branches he jumps over is a lot, and I really, really wanted to make sure that I delivered a performance that was believable, that Spider has been in the jungle his whole life, and it's second nature to him.
Definitely.
And Trinity?
The hardest physical skill for me to master when filming, I think, was freediving, because even though I loved the water, I'd been swimming for a long time by that time, I was not exactly sure how to approach freediving when it came to breath work and being at insane depths. And most of all, just being able to forget all of that and dive into my character and just be in that moment with her. But I think soon after getting the training, I was able to just really forget about all of it and go underwater and be like, I'm Took, I'm in this with my fam, and this is what's going on. And so that was something that was really fun. I had a hard time with parkour. I was just like Took with her siblings. I just wanted to keep up with all the older kids. And so that was something I think I had to go through the training to get a little more coordinated, but I was really excited about every aspect of training. The physical skills really gave me so much physicality to input into Took and just get into her body, but then also think about how I put that through the Took filter and where I go from there.
All right, what part of Pandora's mythology resonates the most with you personally? Let's start with Jack.
I love the Ekrons, Banshee, whatever you want to call them, and the Turuk Ekron, this giant behemoth monster of a thing. I love it so much, and to me, I was born to fly on a Banshee. I mean, that really is something that is just so me. When every time I see it, I just know it just feels so right.
Yeah.
Trinity?
I really want to fly on an Ekron, so I really relate to Jack's answer on that. I think my favorite part of Pandora's mythology is all of the girl power in it. So not only do we have some really, really cool female characters, from Neytiri to Ronal to Sadea to Tuk to Kiri, and even the bad side of things, Varong. They're just all such leaders and these powerful characters, and I love seeing that representation. But even the Tulkun, they have their matriarch, and Pandora itself is the Great Mother, Ewa. So I think that aspect is really cool.
And Bailey?
I'd say the spirituality of Pandora and the idea that we're all connected and that we all have a place on this planet for a reason is definitely a big part of Pandora's mythology that resonates with me personally.
Yeah. Next question, please. Tell us what audiences can expect from seeing Fire and Ash on the big screen. Let's start with Trinity.
Audiences can expect a wild ride. It's going to be a very emotional journey. There's so much hope as well as darkness in this film, and I think it's so interesting to explore because we really get to peel all the layers of these characters and dive even deeper into them. Also see more of this world of Pandora and realize that we only we only saw the tip of the iceberg when it comes to all that Pandora is, all of the people that live in Pandora and all the people that are coming to live in Pandora, really. But audiences are going to have a wild ride, and they're going to love it so much because this movie is pretty fire.
Bailey?
Audiences can expect... I'm honestly at a loss for words because Avatar Fire and Ash is so beautiful, and it's a part of legacy. It's a part of Jim Cameron's legacy, and it's also a part of cinema's legacy. Audiences can expect to fall in love and be reminded of the beautiful parts of our relationships and how complex they are, but also the beauty of forgiveness and how compassion is a well that is very deep. We just have to know how to access it.
I think audiences can expect from seeing Fire and Ash is just happiness, whether you like happiness, sadness, action, if you like music. I mean, it really has almost anything that you can just go and watch with your family, your friends, by yourself. It is such an immersive experience that I think you have to go to the theater and enjoy.